Good morning, Towers Papa. I know the glasses are something else. The Walter Whites. My last two pairs have been broken. I have to wait to get some new ones. I wanted to make a quick video about the GameStop earnings report that came out a couple of weeks ago. Was it Marantz from Marantz Rants? He picked apart Meet Kevin's take on his whole Meet Kevin's take on the earnings report was so disingenuous that it should have been illegal to put that on the air. He misrepresented the entire report. Some people would agree that GameStop holds back some information, but that's, if they're within the law to do it, you cut costs, your profits are bigger. And a couple of people made it sound like that was a bad thing. The reason this is back on my brain is when Oliver and I were coming back from the zoo yesterday, we stopped at GameStop, Saturday's GameStop day. And they were packed. They were packed. The whole mall, the whole area was packed, but GameStop was 3 lines deep to the doors. And I just, I had him in my arms and I turned around and I said, we'll come back tomorrow. And he by then he was tired and he was shot anyway. But I looked at, I was trying to look what's in people's hands. And it was a lot of, children or young people with their parents, but I saw a lot of these things. And I don't know if maybe something new came out, but I have the ones from Ozark. I might get a couple more. And I wanted to find out what the hell was happening here. I still don't know if anything was released or why they were so busy, but I started thinking to myself, I said, now didn't that dickhead say something about collectibles? Like, he was talking about how they really weren't all that much. Like how can you base your profit margin on these little collectibles? I found an interesting article about that, and I think Marantz basically broke the same thing down, but I wanted to understand it myself. When I was 7, 8, 9, the Star Wars figures, that was the thing. Okay, and I had everything. I had every set, every ship, you name it. The Millennium Falcon, for instance, and this is going back maybe 8 or 9 years, so I don't know what it's worth now, but in the box, it well worth $1,000. We should check that. If it's used, I think it's $350. The original Millennium Falcon. So that's a collectible, right? Right? A coin is a collectible. A stamp is a collectible. Magic cards. Game I played. One of the most valuable playing cards that I'm aware of is the Black Lotus, which was a mana card from the first set. I think it's worth thousands now. You got Pokemon cards that are worth a ton. So I'm thinking about what is wrong with this fucking guy? Like, where is he coming from? He couldn't be more wrong. They're saying that they look at it in the next 30 years for the collectibles market to surpass $1 trillion. How the fuck is that going to, how's that going to happen? I'm not saying it won't. But where do they project that number from? And here's a couple people that mark, it's a data company. They say, listen, collectibles is an object that's suitable for a collection. It could be anything. Sports, cards, fucking NFT. I can't even believe I have to fucking have this conversation. Now I'm irritated because the guy was so disingenuous about it. I'm thinking to myself, okay, I wasn't thinking, is I guess what I'm saying. And I listened to him. I didn't believe him. I knew that he was full of shit, but I thought to myself, oh, okay, so are they relying too much on collectibles? Well, who gives a shit? They're not going anywhere. These little vinyl ones, the figures, the vinyl, it turns out, I guess these are becoming more of a collectible because of the supply chain for the vinyl. So that's going to make the vinyl ones worth more further down the road. Listen, there's I'm sure that the first old man that saw the baseball card said, "Oh, that's really cute." That's cute. You can get your little cards and let's go. Mickey Mantle rookie card. Joe DiMaggio. I mean, look at those. Look up those cards. Stan Musial. And then I thought to myself, what else did this fucking guy talk about? Oh, that's right. About how they were bragging about how they cut all this money. Well, of course, it wasn't bragging anyway. And I remember, didn't this guy have something to do with the Bankman-Fried thing, the FTX? Like a ton of people lost their asses on that. Yeah, listen, this is me, Kevin. He's a politician. He's got, soft palms, yellow belly, and that's about it. And what the fuck is with his head? It's like he's got big head like this, and then on a toothpick. It's strange. But yeah, look at that. And some people think that the collectible industry had a surge during the pandemic. Which would make sense. There was a lot of people that dove back into hobbies that they had had as children, and started trying to do something to pass the time, and that would make sense. Based on the market segmented into coin, stamps, books, comics, arts, toys, stamps, and it goes on and on. Okay, the collectible industry, the market, you guys get it, you know. But I just wanted to go over it, like so that I could say, okay, I went and read this as well. It makes what he said even more ridiculous. I mean, you have to be a bold-faced liar to tell anybody that. How can this guy have 2 million people who follow him and listen to what he says? I mean, does he even do any real estate or stock trades? And isn't this the guy that Matt Kors carries water for? Oh, fuck this guy. For real. But it's broken into many categories now. Licensed collectible manufacturers. I see that. Well, if you look at the first 1, 2, 3, if you look at the first 10 companies that the profiles of the names of the profiles of the top 10 companies that deal with collectibles, you can understand why it's several $billion. Oh man, that guy's that's crazy. Anyway, that's what I wanted to do, because we're going to go to GameStop today, and you're not throwing your money away. The value is placed on it. Just like, well, doesn't this dickhead understand that it's like the stock market? Here's this. I got it for this much. How much? Okay, sold. It's supply and demand. I mean, but when you have for instance, I had a Jerry Garcia collectible. It was Jerry on like a plastic platform, and you pressed a button and one of 3 songs would play. When I first saw it, I said, what is this junk? And I love the music of Jerry Garcia, don't get me wrong, but I was like, what is this? I don't have toys and posters of him on the wall and shit. And I looked at it more closely later on, and I said, my God, look at the detail on the guitar. It was Tiger. So on that, and then the mother of pearl inlays and all of this, I said, whoever designed this thing, they took the time to do it. I mean, I know it's just a piece of plastic, but the artwork on it was brilliant. The thing that I was turned off by was the music, like the little button. That, I don't know. It just seemed. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Point being, that thing has tripled in its value since then, and it came out, I think, the year he died, 95. So these things are determined. The value of these things are determined by the people around us. Let's just say that from now on, me, Kevin, let's just, my God. But yeah, there's a couple of great articles on the collectible market and how they expect it to, exploded during COVID, and that now it's just like this. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, that's the only thing I had to talk about. I'm going to go to GME. I'm going to go to GameStop with Oliver in a few hours and get another collectible. And so I spent money at the company this week. I would like to see if he can, if he's up to learning anything with video games, but we're having serious issues with his sleep, and I think I may have figured out some of it, and if that's the case, then images have to get toned down a bit for a while, because I think that his brain is being overstimulated, and at nighttime it would explain some of the behaviors that we're having. But anyway, he'll be okay, and thanks for watching, and hey, meet Kevin. Kevin, listen, why don't you have Marantz on? You guys could do a little interview. Yeah, you could do that. Or would you burst into flames or get disintegrated by all that testosterone that Marantz would be, exuding onto your puny body and big head? Very dishonest. Meet Kevin. Very dishonest. Not good. All right, everybody. Take care. Have a great one.